Crowder, Daily Wire, back and forth, super interesting. We did part 1. It was fairly long. This is part 2. Summarize it. Crowder comes out, leaks a contract that he got, doesn't say Daily Wire's name, okay? Contract is a little sus. He didn't say the amount of money, but it was a little sus. The contract basically owned the content they made, owned all the subscription they got, owned what else? And penalized him if videos got demonetized, if videos, ads, sponsors fell through.
Yep.
He was like, yo, this is crazy because my YouTube's already demonetized, right?
Yeah.
And then Daily Wire clapped back and basically said, look, it's all business. We were willing to negotiate, yada, 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 yada. And that's the, is that a good, does that catch everybody up?
Yep. Yeah, I think that's fair.
Okay, so this is Crowder clapping back to Daily Wire, going through the contract line by line. Jerry, the co-CEO of Daily Wire is Ben Shapiro. And basically they exposed that they offered him $50 million for 4 years. For 4 years. But they own the merch, they own the AdSense, they own the ad revenue, the additional brand deals. And you know they put like 5 brand deals at every single Daily Wire show. So this is him clapping back.
They don't get deals that...
They can be wage slaves for a little bit, come over and make a salary and grow their brand. They can be wage slaves for a little bit. They can be
slaves for a little bit.
Deep fake.
Wage slaves for a little bit. You say,
a little bit.
God bless the talk boy. Those things are worth like $5,000 now. It's an expensive gag. So didn't want to have to do this, but Daily Wire outed themselves very, very quickly. And sure enough, if you see all of the people who work there, some of whom I have relationships with, they immediately tried to make this all about money. Here's the problem. There are a few problems, and I'll go through with some receipts. Everything that was said about negotiations, how they transpired, beyond the numerical value, which is true and I'll get to, everything else is untrue. I don't really want to get into that. It's completely irrelevant. Here's why. Go back to the 20-something minute video.
Pause it. So out the rip, he records, remember, this is somebody he's known for 10 years. He records him.
Dirty.
And he's saying that their entire video was untrue. The entire video, Crowder? The entire thing?
He said the entire video was untrue. And then he said, pretty much said, it's inconsequential. I'm like, which one? Is it untrue or does it not matter?
Yeah.
Big difference.
Big difference there, bud. So he records his buddy. And he's going to explain that, yeah, the $50 million was real, but it was never about money to him, which to me says, this is just my opinion, that he may have not actually been generating that much. He doesn't know how much he was generating. So remember I said, like, yo, if he has 200,000 Mud Club, what are they called? Mug Club members, well then, and he brings that over to Daily Wire, then they're going to come out way ahead.
Yeah.
Right? But maybe he isn't generating the type of money that
to transition Mug Club members over. And
yeah, and maybe he knows that, and that's why he's saying it was a generous deal financially, but it wasn't about the money. It was about the way the deal was structured.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
Video. You've never heard me say, or write anywhere online, that these offers weren't paying enough money. Why? Because it's not about the money. It's kind of unreal to me that the only thing these people can still talk about is the money. The conversation was about conservatism, the movement, and big tech. They keep talking about money. I'm talking about a country. I'm talking about making a difference. It's not about the money. And Jeremy and the Daily Wire know that. How do I know they know that? Because after, according to what he said, I walked away from the offer. I did place one more call to the Daily Wire. And I made it very, very clear that it wasn't about money. That was not the topic of conversation. There was zero, as they've tried to portray this, miscommunication. It was one last call where the only thing that I asked for, my only demand, was their word, and not even for me, but for other people coming up facing these kinds of contracts.
Okay.
A kid who comes in with 500,000 YouTube subscribers or something like that, 100,000. Let's say some other kid, you're paying 6 figures to come in and do it. There's not the penalty of the demonetization or if they're removed from iTunes, Apple, YouTube.
Yeah, sure there would be.
That's kind of wild.
So
no. Did you hear that? Did you catch all that?
Yeah. He said if they're demonetized from a platform,
they would still have penalties.
Yes.
That means if they're paying a kid who has a couple 100,000 subscribers, 500,000, those aren't peanuts.
Yeah.
And he's paying them a couple 6 figures, they would still have these penalties.
Yes, but I don't think in our previous videos I was saying that it's a demonetization per video. I actually think it's demonetization for the channels overall. So if your whole channel gets demonetized.
No. It was per video.
It was per video?
It was per video, yeah.
And here's something else. I was also very measured. I was painstakingly clear in taking myself off the table because it wasn't going to be a right fit. That happens in business all the time. But that we weren't talking about me. We were talking about the futures of other people who could potentially be in that position, that very disconcerting position. No miscommunication. What I'm talking about is you're describing a model for everyone, not just, let's get rid of me here. Everyone, if there's a penalty for being demonetized on YouTube, because your business model requires that be a huge component of it, you need to change your business model or this movement cannot work, Jeremy.
But not now. Now here,
he's got a point.
He's 100% right. And we are in real time changing our business model.
How can people help us with that?
How can people help us with that? They can sign up for the Patreon community. Hello. Hey guys, I'm Ruslan from the future. Christians stopped influencing culture and all got exiled to a tropical island. Help me in the effort to influence culture with contextualizing the gospel through faith-based media, and sign up for our Patreon for only $5 a month and get me out of this place, all right? You get exclusive access to podcasts, daily after-party streams, access to our Discord, and so much more, please. I'll see you over there. How the business model could be different is that us bringing people to Patreon, it keeps us from having to do brand deals.
Oh, yeah.
Brand deals tend to be creators' biggest revenue stream, right? And so if you have a monthly Daily Wire Plus, and you're taking people's entire AdSense, and you're making them do 5 ad reads.
I mean, you're making it sound like he's not getting $50 million.
But we know what brand deals would cost. We know that a Crowder brand deal is huge.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like Rogan, right? Like Rogan's situation was he licensed his podcast to Spotify, licensed it for $100 million. He still retains a full ownership. They're not taking his YouTube AdSense. He still gets his YouTube money, right? That's a licensing situation, right? Now, I don't.
And he can walk away with the episodes after the deal is done.
And he gets all the episodes back after the deal is done. That's different than this situation where they own everything. But to his point, if we're creating a new ecosystem, right, and we want to fight big tech and we want to create Daily Wire Plus as the alternative, right? Then to his point, why are there brand deals, 5 brand deals on every single video, and why are you eating up everybody's AdSense if you're actually using a different business model, right? And again, us doing a different business model, saying, hey guys, sign up for Patreon so you can be our boss. So we don't have to answer to YouTube's algorithm or Facebook's algorithm that demonetizes every time I say poop or crap in a video, right? You guys be our boss. That's a W, right? Then we only answer to you guys. Keep us independent so we don't have to do brand deals. That, I think, is a trade-off for the audience they don't got to sit through trash, ExpressVPN and buy a plot of land in Scotland.
Oh, wait, one second.
What?
We have some beautiful mattresses available by... It's exactly what it's like.
Right. So it becomes less commercial. And so this is the part where I think Steven is pushing back, rightfully so. Why are you eating up all their revenue streams and owning all the content that they're making, especially if somebody has 100,000 or 500,000 subscribers? Like, you're probably already making 6 figures off of YouTube.
Yeah.
Off of AdSense alone. Let's jump back into this video.
I can't imagine my show trying to come up and be beholden to YouTube advertiser guidelines, let alone, I mean, honestly, being beholden from a conservative entity with hard strikes, right, being removed, but let alone being advertiser friendly. We know how broad those guidelines are. They might as well just read, don't say anything offensive, and they change them at the drop of a hat.
I'm not suggesting that the guidelines aren't terrible. I'm suggesting that if making money off of those platforms is part of how you're justifying the salary you're paying someone, then or the fee I keep saying salary, the fee you're paying someone, then when those go away, everybody loses money. You can't pay the same amount with less revenue.
How about
Jeremy is talking business and Steven Crowder is talking principles.
He's talking infrastructure. He's talking about disruption. He wants to disrupt the entire ecosystem. That's why Rumble and all these other things are useful to this ecosystem because it separates it decentralizes where people go to consume content.
The fee you're paying someone, then when those go away, everybody loses money. You can't pay the same amount with less revenue.
How about you create a different business model? Now, I know what some of you are thinking. Of course, telling someone else, hey, change your business model. I get it. I'm in no position to say that unless, instead of Monday morning quarterbacking it, here's the thing. I didn't just offer criticisms. I offered a guide on how to, here's the deal. I want to sit at the table with people who, granted, have an immense amount of power and have incredibly deep pockets. That is all true, to be clear. And by the way, it's something that I want to have on our side of the aisle. But I offered a guide on how to do it. It is incumbent, this is what this is about. It is incumbent upon conservatives, if we believe what we say, to uncouple, to divest, if you want to use that term, from big tech. Right? For the business models of the movement as we move forward, to not rely on playing ball with Facebook and with YouTube. That is something that we have to move toward. You know that we've been trying to do that here for years. That's why every single show we say, hey, if you can watch on Rumble, please do so. We're not looking to be banned on YouTube, but at least we certainly won't compromise the truth in order to be advertiser friendly. Here's the thing. Daily.
And I would say, I get it, but I think Daily Wire is saying, hey, we got to play by the rules, man.
Yeah.
We got to play by the rules. And there's certain things we have to play by the rules. This stream is going to redirect to a private stream in a moment after we hit this next topic. That's, hey, we're going to play by the rules and we're going to talk about the LGBTV, and it's not going to be suitable for YouTube. Right? It's when we're going to put it behind a paywall, Patreon, because we have more flexibility to not have to feel like we can't, you know what I mean? We're violating terms of service or whatever. And so I see both perspectives. You want to add anything to this?
Yeah. I mean, I think we'll get more into it. I think it's a disingenuous argument.
Okay.
But you have to hear more of what he says.
Yeah, play a little bit more, and then let's get into his argument.
Jeremy. And I really do hope that we can talk at some point. Please, you can pick up the phone. We've done that. We here have found a way to make that work. For proof, see election night, our numbers on Rumble there, and see the numbers on Rumble when we get suspended from YouTube. I think it was 4 times this last year. And I went to great lengths to communicate that to the people at Daily Wire. There can be no next me if the people at the top with the financial resources are doing the bidding. That's being the arm of big tech. What you just said is, well, we have to play ball with big tech if we want to make money. Well, I don't. Why don't you guys follow a model like I have and scale it? That's what I've been doing since 2014. You know that. I've been trying to make sure, which I thought we were all doing, that we can all flip the bird to Silicon Valley. This is saying we need him and you need to play ball. And by the way, before some of you ask this, look, there's always personal information on phone calls. And for the record, I've recorded 3 people on phone calls in my life. All 3 are involved with big tech. Just to be clear, the entire call transcript has been sent to others to verify without hopefully having to release the whole thing. And I'll be on Tim Pool's show, I believe, on Monday to talk about it. Now, this is something else that's been brought to my attention, look, some people have been sent out from Daily Wire and have gotten very personal.
Obviously, okay, that's fine. It's not something about other people. Okay, so you say it's disingenuous. Tell me why it's disingenuous.
Are we open for conspiracies?
Okay,
sure. I'll open with this. We like to say the term, where there's smoke, there's fire.
Okay.
So when you see someone's behavior doing shiesty things,
okay,
like recording your homie that you've known for 10 years without him knowing, then waiting for them to do a response so that you can, play the audio recording.
This fool thinks he's Drake.
He thinks he's Drake. Meek Mill moment.
Yeah, he thinks he Pusha T against Drake versus Meek Mill or Pusha T against Drake. He's playing multiple moves ahead.
Yeah, 100%.
He's playing chess. It's actually brilliant if we're talking like beef.
Yes. No, it's brilliant if we're talking beef.
Yeah.
But where there's smoke, there's fire. So if I was to rewind, why he would make videos like this.
Yes.
He started it off with a video talking about an undisclosed contract.
Yes.
I think he knew it would set it off. He knew it would set off Daily Wire.
Yep.
Then, once Daily Wire makes a public video, which they did.
Yep. They took the bait.
They took the bait. He gets to respond.
Yep. So he drops Duffy Freestyle. Meek Mill's Take the Bait. Drops some trash. And then Drake, he got back to back in the can.
So basically, mind you, he also he got the original deal, said, I don't want to take the deal.
Right.
3 months later, makes that call.
Right.
then makes the video. They take the bait. He makes this video with the thing playing, right? So is Crowder poking? Yeah, he's absolutely poking. I think what's disingenuous about it is that from a marketing perspective, he's taking the enemy to the next level by making his own guys the enemy, saying they're in bed with big tech, while in reality, he's just trying to start his own version of what they're doing.
Wow.
They're taking too much of the pie, and I agree. I don't think everyone should be over at one place.
Right.
But in reality, he's masking it in an argument that is saying, I am turning down $50 million because I have such big principle. When this other dude in chat here already knows that this dude can make way more than $50 million. So it's not about whether Daily Wire isn't paying him enough money or whether he's living by his principles.
I wish I could say more. India got me.
Yeah. It's not about him staying by his principles. It's just about him shooting for a bigger number for his own business, which he's qualified to do because he has 25 employees. Than what he can get one other place. But the disingenuous part is that he opens with this whole like, let me build my infrastructure for my little business first and then attack the big guy.
Yeah, he had the website lined up.
And say that they are the enemy.
Yeah.
And then basically a bunch of people go there. But what I would do is if I was Jeremy, if I was Ben Shapiro, and because his whole argument is it's not about the money, it's not about this, yada, yada, even though it's all marketing. He's saying they're in bed with big tech. The inverse argument would be you are giving up by not participating on the biggest platforms and getting your message out.
Yep. That's good.
And so you're folding in to what they don't want you to do. We're just smarter. We can say the same things we were going to say already.
Yeah, he's saying,
influence so many more people. So that's what Jeremy and Ben Shapiro would say. And then they could say, you're in bed with big tech because you're not participating.
You Daily Wire, you're giving in to big tech for following their community guidelines. And they could say, well, you're giving up on leveraging big tech to reach as many people as possible to bring them over and persuade them.
And then you can make the argument based on like just logical fallacies. You could make the argument that now that you, Crowder, have a big enough mug club, you actually don't care to influence the culture anymore. You're just happy that you have your people and you'll post once per month to get people into your your funnel.
Alex Jones vibes.
Yeah. So it has nothing like I'm saying a logical fallacy could be if you're gonna say Ben Shapiro's in bed with big tech, you could also say that he does not care about actually influencing the culture as much as he says he does, and he's just happy to have his own platform where he's generating $25 million a year.
That's a good take, Zach. Hey, check this out. You want to know the main reason new creators fail on YouTube? They don't know who they're creating videos for, and they don't have any purpose behind their videos. This turns the whole process of shooting videos into a tedious chore that will eventually lead to burnout. And trust me when I tell you, I have been there. If you want to discover exactly what type of videos you should make that will increase your chances of success on YouTube and help you avoid burnout, sign up below for my free Master My Niche training. This training will walk you through a custom system that will help you get clarity on the niche of your channel and help you make videos that you should be creating. I'll see you over at mastermyniche.com.